There's a warning tonight that Wales is failing a generation of young people with the closure of youth centres up and down the country. A report out tomorrow by a Welsh Assembly committee will say there's been a 25% decline in local authority funding over the past 4 years. The trade union Unison claims in that time more than 100 youth centres have closed and some 360 jobs have been lost. It says young people desperately need support as 28% of 16 to 17-year-olds are neither working or in education. Our correspondent Rob Osborne reports from one centre under threat in Merthyr Tydfil.
It's Christmas, and that means it's time for the Christmas show at the Dowlais Engine House. Chloe is starring and helping to direct it. What opportunities have you had from this club?
I've been able to do drama exams, which give me a lot of confidence and obviously help with speaking in the future. And dance, which I'm working on some more exams there.
But this might be the last Christmas show. In fact, it could be the last Christmas this youth club is open. It relies on money from the community's first scheme, but with Welsh ministers saying they're minded to phase the scheme out, it means uncertainty for this club. They fear they'll be closed by the middle of next year.
To have this club closed is going to mean a big lot of things for young people, where they wouldn't be involved in the football teams anymore. Dance and drama group, that would be no longer. Kids are doing their landed exams. All these things are going towards their education and further education for the future. If we weren't here, none of this would happen.
But clubs have already gone in some places. This youth club in Machynlleth recently closed.
It's for adults such as myself to listen to what young people want. Not us as adults tell them what they should have.
With tight budgets, local authorities are abandoning the traditional youth club and looking at other alternatives. But the Children's Commissioner warns that could have consequences.
Youth services have faced enormous cuts, and what I'm a bit worried about is that we could be sleepwalking into a situation where our youth services almost disappear.
Research suggests over 100 youth clubs have closed in Wales and hundreds of youth workers have lost their jobs. Ethan and Josh don't want their club to add to the statistics.
I'd be lost, I wouldn't have nowhere to go, neither would the rest of the people here and my friends. As this place, we come to make friends, get off the streets, and somewhere to go and people to talk to.
I think this youth club is an invaluable resource to the young people of Merthyr. Keeps them safe, gives them somewhere to go, look forward to.
The local council in Merthyr acknowledges there is uncertainty about the future of this boys and girls club. But the boys and girls are just getting on with the show. And just waiting to see if the curtain falls. Rob Osborne, ITV News.
Well, joining me now is Dr John Rose, Vice President of the Council for Wales of Voluntary Youth Services. Thanks for coming in. We've seen the benefits that these clubs can bring. What are your fears as you look into the future?
I think it's not just the future, it's actually what's happening now, the reality today. I think there's so many missed opportunities for young people that will have a long-term impact on society and communities. I think those missed opportunities will have an impact on general education, learning and achievement. I think it will have a negative effect on how people grow up as citizens within the communities within which they're living. And I think that unless something is done fairly quickly about this, we will face even more problems as we go forward.
Do you think youth services should be protected from budget cuts? The Children's Commissioner we saw there said we're sleepwalking into a crisis. Should those budgets be ring-fenced, do you think?
I think that's the most important question of all. It is the key question. There is a report out tomorrow, as you said. The report will fail, in my opinion, for one simple reason. And it will fail because it will contain good words, it will contain good ideas, and the people who have written it and the responses to it are well-meaning and with good intent. The difficulty is that the Welsh Government will make funding available to local authorities, and because that budget is not protected, many of those local authorities will actually make decisions to spend it elsewhere at a time of great austerity.
So you're saying the money is there, but it's not finding its way to those youth centres, it's being diverted somewhere else?
Absolutely. And I would also suggest that you said early on that there was a 25% cutback. Cutbacks have been going on in the youth service since at least 2008. So actually when we talk about 25% cutbacks, those are cutbacks on cutbacks. I think that there is some evidence about to suggest that about 40% of youth work budgets allocated by the Welsh Government are used for other purposes.
And very, very briefly, is it the fact that these youngsters don't have a voice? I mean, it's easy to cut something if no one's going to complain.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the key issues. And again, as you reduce the youth service, you take away that ability for young people to actually have a voice and to have that voice heard.
Dr. John Rose, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Wales. It's claimed local authority funding for youth services has fallen by a quarter over the past 4 years. The Dowlais Engine House in Merthyr faces closure next year. Merthyr Council says it recognises there's significant uncertainty on the future of funding as a consultation is held across Wales.
With a lot of our youth clubs, financial difficulty is obviously an issue, and places like this are few and far between, and having less of them is obviously something that we're quite worried about.
For me as a parent, it's been really good that she's had an opportunity to come somewhere and learn new skills and build her confidence as well, and made such good friends.
What would happen if this club wasn't here?
I'd be lost. I wouldn't have nowhere to go, neither would the rest of the people here and my friends. As this place, we come to make friends, get off the streets, and somewhere to go and people to talk to.